Your girl, friend. Yes, this is Conversation with Boy You Know, yours truly. I already know. On this channel, I keep you educated, I keep you entertained, and I keep you empowered, okay? Let the truth be told by Boy You Know. Take it or you leave it, but you will hear it. You will hear it. You will hear it. Like my Facebook page, share this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and just all around support. For today's conversation, I'm going to be sharing how to maintain a healthy relationship with the most difficult people on this planet. The stubborn people, the moody people, they're stuck in their ways people, just the all around bad habits. Those are just difficult to deal with, difficult to handle. Just going to be sharing how to cope with those difficult people and to maintain your sanity and a peace of mind. Yes, because they just make it super hard. It's not that hard. They just make it so hard to just navigate through life. And I'm just going to be sharing with you some strategies. These individuals will drive you insane if you don't know how to cope with them, if you don't develop good and healthy strategy to deal with them. You're gonna go insane. So don't freak out, don't panic, don't go about hiding, just running away. These types can be both males and females, but it's largely identified in females. Not to say men don't have these things too, and I'm gonna tell you, they do. They do. But the number is not as high as the females. And that's the facts. Hard part is these individuals seem absolute normal. So it will almost be like they are doing it deliberately, even though anything is wrong with them until you get to know them. And it can be offensive and it can be heartbreaking till you interact with them and go through experiences with them. So allow me to just give you some strategies. That's the only way you will know and to be able to identify. But they have unnormal and unbalanced behavior. Until you get your own personal experience that you just need to identify, you can't even get through to them. So your only option is to go around them and find ways to maintain that relationship. First thing first, you need to identify, first of all, do you even value this relationship? Because if you don't value this relationship, don't even waste your time trying to maintain it and keep it healthy. Do you value this relationship? Is this person means a lot to you, or what role does this person play in your life? Number one, these individuals have poor communication skills. The littlest thing that can easily be talked through, it turns into an argument. Very moody, you just never know. They're unstable and they have bad habits. It depends on what you will consider a bad habit. Like for instance, they just not a people person. They just don't, they're very selfish. They have like selfish ways about them. These individuals have behavioral problems, social problems, and emotional problems. I mean, they have problems. All these three make humans indispensable because we are human. You have to deal with another human being. As long as you are walking this face of the earth and you are in society, you are absolutely held accountable for your actions 100%. Not to say perfection exists. Who is really requiring someone to be perfect? Who really is? No one is perfect. we get it. It's clear that no one is perfect and no one is asking perfection from anyone. But at the end of the day, we have to deal with each other and maintain a relationship with one another. So, therefore, we have to be accountable for our actions. Unless you just want to live on an island by yourself and just be alone, I don't know how you're going to eat. I don't know how you're going to navigate and go through anything if you're alone. You have to deal with another human being. And if you're dealing with another human being, you have to deal with their behavior problem, you have to deal with their social problem and their emotions. This all makes us humans. Dealing and developing relationship with these people who are very moody, who are just difficult and stuck in their ways, they just have developed bad habits along their path and just decided to just settle with it and don't want to change. Why? Nobody knows. But you have to deal with another human being. We all on this earth, we all got to deal with one another. So, to maintain a healthy relationship with these people, you just have to be very clever. You have to be clever because you have to stop trying to understand them. That's number one. Stop trying to understand them. Stop making excuses for them. Just because it makes sense, that doesn't mean that it's the right thing to do. When you're dealing with these individuals, the number one thing is to stop justifying their actions. Stop making excuses for them. Stop coming up with what may be this, may be that. No. When you are dealing with these individuals, stop trying to get even with them, because that excites them. It's only going to amplify their behavior and their ways. It's not going to decrease their actions and their attitude. It's only going to amplify it and make it even worse, because to them it's a challenge. So don't play the blame game. Don't blame yourself. Like, oh, it's my fault that such and such still have this ways, they still have this habit, and I was the one who created this. Don't blame yourself. Don't blame yourself for their actions. Simple. Use simple words with these people. They're simple. Even though their life and their world is not simple, but try to simplify their ideas. Try to simplify their life. And just make it very clear and simple to them. How to see the lights in a tunnel. Like, maintain a tunnel vision. Maintain focus. At the end of the day, they are still human beings. Although their ways are difficult and kind of frustrating and stressful to maintain, there are human beings at the end of the day, and every human being deserves respect and love. Regardless, every human being deserves respect and love. That's how I see it. Unless they are not human beings and they're on the other side of the world and on the other side of the planet, you know what I mean. And if they are not on the side, they are not with the lights, and they're in the dark, those individuals, you all know what the Bible says about them. The children of the lights are different from the children of the darkness. Okay, I'll be preaching to you today. So we all know every human being deserves respect and deserves to be loved. It's not for those who are in the dark. You know what I mean by in the dark. If you are a male and she is a female who have these habits, you will always find yourself begging and pleading, because they're always going to every little thing and they want to leave. Every little thing upset them. Every little thing didn't go their way. And for the male will ghost you. They'll disappear. You don't know what you did, what you didn't do. Everything could be going smooth, but they would just disappear and just ghost you without saying anything to you, without any explanation. They'll be gone. These individuals are not the best at judging other people's character, because they are unstable themselves. Matter of fact, even giving advice. I wouldn't recommend you taking advice from these individuals. They are delusional. They are delusional. They see nothing wrong with their ways. They see nothing wrong with their attitude. They see nothing wrong with their behavior. Everything is right. Everything is justified. Matter of fact, they just don't care. Quote unquote, they don't care. That's what they say, right? So, just gonna have to ignore their attitude, their behavior, their demeanor. You're just gonna have to ignore it. And truthfully, just in simple terms, and keep it simple with these individuals and make it clear to them. But keep it simple. Do not justify their behavior. Do not try to make excuses for them. And do not encourage it. Do not encourage it. Do not be afraid to express it to them. Do not be afraid of them. Because the more you're afraid of them, their behavior will be amplified. Do not be afraid of them. Do not, oh, I don't want to say anything because it's going to start a whole commotion, or maybe I'm just going to let them have their way because I don't want to hear too much talking. Do not encourage them. Do not be afraid of them. Do not be afraid of them. It's only going to amplify their ways. Try to force them to communicate, to express themselves. If it's through words, through writing, through anything, but try to get them to express themselves, to make them explain it in a better way, because you would just never understand them. So if you're trying to understand them, I suggest you stop. You will not be able to understand them. And to be honest with you, it's not something you want to understand, because things you want to understand is things you want to learn, things you want to now develop. So you want to understand it. Those are not ways you want to understand. So don't even try to understand or see their points. No, don't try it. True, and always try to make them be a better person.